Hey everyone! Welcome to episode 2 of Why is Taryn Talking? I put my pop filter back on my mic because I forgot how terrible the mouth noises are without it. So you might be wondering, what is that animal that you're holding? And it's not an animal, it's a microphone. Silly, you're so silly. That's really embarrassing. What do I want to talk about today? Today, I have some things on my mind. Recently I've been thinking about what are the proper what are the proper steps to take when you see a famous person, or what I would do if I saw a famous person in real life, which I have actually. Only recently did I experience my first event of seeing a famous person in real life, and I really messed that one up. I didn't do what I should have, so now I'm gonna think about my actions, and I'm going to think about what I would have done had I thought at all in that moment. I'll explain the story. So, me and my cousins and my sibling had just gone to Toronto. So we are in the Toronto Pearson Airport on the way back, and we take a train from Union Station to the airport. The train is slowing down, it's approaching the airport, so we stand up to stand by the door. My one cousin had gone to stand by the door earlier, and they were having a conversation with this lady, and the train was stopping not quite at the doors, so the doors weren't opening, it wasn't in line, so it was kind of going back and forth, and they were laughing about it. So me and my other cousin and my sibling, we come up after, and we're kind of in the conversation, just kind of haha, laughing, whatever. I was looking at this lady and I was like, she looks really familiar, she looks very similar to someone. And I had been trying the whole trip and before this to step out of my comfort zone and talk to people and compliment people and just start up conversations, because my cousin, who had been talking to this lady first, is really good at that, is really outgoing and knows how to compliment people, and also has a very eccentric has a very eccentric look. So people were going up to them and complimenting them, and then they'd say, oh my god, I love your outfit, by the way, whatever. And it was always such a fun, positive thing, and I was like, I need to start doing that because I want people to like me so bad. So in this moment I was like, this is a stranger, I'm never gonna see this person again, it's just in an airport, there's a lull in conversation, I'm just gonna say something and infuse myself into this conversation so that I'm not just yeah and that's it. I was like, I want to be part of this conversation. So I say what was on my mind, which was, I'm sorry. I apologize. I say, I'm sorry. Whatever. I'm sorry, you just look so much like the girl from 10 Things I Hate About You. Before I'm even done talking, I'm looking her in the eyes, I'm telling her this, I'm like, you just look so much like the girl from 10 Things I Hate About You. And before I'm even done with my sentence, I see her expression change, and in my brain I'm like, no. 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 No, 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 this just doesn't happen. And she goes, I am. Not Julia Stiles, not the actress who plays Bianca, but oh my god, I forget the character's name in 10 Things I Hate About You. But the actress's name is Susan May Pratt, and that is who I met on the train going to Toronto Pearson Airport. This was my first time ever seeing a famous person or any person who's been in movies or anything like that in real life, not in a concert setting. So it would be fair to say that I didn't know how to act, that I didn't know how to behave in this situation, and that would be made quite obvious by what I did next, which was fucking nothing. I went like this. That's literally what I did. I stared at her with my mouth wide open. I'm so embarrassed thinking back to this. For the week after I got home, this is literally all I thought about. Before I went to bed, I was just like, wow, there's so many things I could have done better, and why did I do that? And that's so embarrassing. And I was just like, because I was not expecting her to actually be that person. I don't know. It's just, I've never seen a famous person. It's the Toronto Pearson Airport. This is the last place that I'm expecting to see someone. People don't come to Canada. Maybe if I saw Drake, I'd be like, oh my god, this makes so much sense. Drake, hey. And I've just never been in this situation before, and I just thought, this is never gonna happen to me. So I just stare at her, and my two cousins are also there. I don't think they said anything. I think they also just kind of went what? And then the train door opened and she like literally ran away. And I feel so bad. I feel so terrible. Because there's so much that I could have said, and hindsight 2020, like, can't go back and change the past, but Drive Me Crazy is one of my favorite, like, rom-coms of all time. I have the DVD right there, Drive Me Crazy. It's with Melissa Joan Hart and Adrian Grenier. Grenier? I don't know how to say his name. The guy from Devil Wears Prada. And she's in it. She plays Alicia, the best friend, in that movie. And I love that movie, and I love her in that movie. And I love her in 10 Things I Hate About You. It just makes me, like, sick to my stomach because, like, I should have known not to act like that. I just kind of went, like, and she said, yeah, that was a long time ago. Which makes me so sad because, like, obviously she probably doesn't want to be recognized as, like, the girl from 10 Things I Hate About You. Like, she's a grown woman with a name. And I just, like, didn't know her name at the time. I couldn't even remember the character's name from 10 Things I Hate About You. I couldn't even remember that she was in Drive Me Crazy, which I know the character's name from that, and I love that movie, and, like, I wish that I would have been, like, I really loved you in that movie. That's, like, one of my favorites. And it just made me really sad because because I feel like I messed that up. Even though I'm like, whatever. There's no way she, like, remembers that. But if she does, telling someone to being like, yeah, these girls, like, they flanked me on the train. They harassed me. I had to run out of there. I felt so bad. I wish that I would have remembered that she was in Drive Me Crazy. I wish I would have remembered her name or any of her characters' names or anything. I wish I wouldn't have just been like, and been like, wow, you're a really great actress. Are you in anything recently? That's even, like, I just don't know how I'm supposed to act when I see someone who's, like, in movies or, famous or whatever. I've never even put thought into, like, how I would act until now. So, because of this and because I'm so scared of repeating that, I have come to think about, like, what I would do if I saw a famous person, an actor, a singer, how I would not embarrass myself and also not freak them out and ruin their day. If I saw someone famous in public and I didn't, like, actively consume media that they are in or that they put out, I don't think I would go up to them because that's so embarrassing to be like, oh my god, you're from that, I know that you're popular. And they'd be like, yeah, name one movie that I'm in. And I'd say, you're so funny. So I don't want to put myself through that. Also, I don't want to put them through that. I don't think that I could ask for a picture with someone. The only way that I'd be comfortable asking for, like, a picture with a famous person would be, like, if they literally were, like, mutual friends. I'm, like, shaking telling the story. I'm so embarrassed by that story. Like, actually, only if, like, somehow they're mutual friends would I be like, hey, can I get a picture? But even that's weird because then it's like, we should be peers. I really don't know. Because half of me is like, well, I don't need a picture to, like, prove. But then also half of me is like, of course, I just want to be that girl who goes up to, like, a famous person and is like, wow, I, like, really love your movies. Like, you're really an inspiration to me. Like, keep up the good work, have a good day, and then leave. And then they're like, wow, they didn't even, like, ask me for a picture. Like, she's, like, so cool. Like, that's genuinely how I think, though. Is like, no one's gonna think I'm lying if I say that I met this person. And then if I don't get a picture, then it's like, she's cool. And they'll remember that, for sure. And I would never take a picture of someone famous minding their business because I don't want people to be mad at me. Regardless of who they are. I really don't want people to be mad at me. And if I put myself in their shoes, then, like, I wouldn't want a random stranger taking pictures of me. So then I was like, okay, who would be a famous person that if I saw, I would have to go up and talk to them? And it'd probably be Finn Wolfhard. That's the first one that came to mind where it was like, I really can't pass up an opportunity to connect. So this is how I imagine it going. So I would see him. I would muster up the courage and say, I have to. This is a once in a lifetime thing. I have to go talk to him. I'd go up to him. I would say, oh my god, hi. I love your music and your band. And I'd bat my eyelashes like this. I love your band. And you might think that I'm saying I love your band because, like, I want to be different. It's truly because I listen to his music and I, like, don't watch anything that he's in. I have no intention of watching more than a season and a half of Stranger Things. And what am I gonna say? Like, I loved you in the Ghostbusters movie. Would I, like, shake his hand, maybe? I'd say, oh my god, hi! I love your music, like, I love your band. Hi, it's so nice to meet you. So I'd go, "Hi, oh my god, I really love your band. I love your music." And then he would say something, and then I go, "You know, it was really good to meet you. Really great to meet you. Have a great day." And then I would leave. I'd bat my eyelashes a few more times, and like maybe like I don't know, maybe like give him a once over. Bat my eyelashes go like this and say, "It was really nice to meet you," and then I turn away, and I'd kind of walk like with a little bit of like a shimmy, you know. I'd kind of act like I'd just turn up the charm a little bit while I'm walking away. So I'd walk away and I'd be like very casually seductive, like you can't even tell that I'm being seductive, but like I am. And his stare would linger on me as I dissolve into the crowd. Wow, she was really interesting, and like she cared about my music, not just like what I'm most popular for. And she didn't even. I'm shaking. This is so embarrassing. I'm just like so nervous to meet Finn Wolfhard. But he'd be like, wow, she didn't even like ask for a picture. Like, she's just like so down to earth. Damn, I wish I got her name. And then 2.5 years would go by, and he would be playing a show. And then third row back from barricade, he would spot me in the crowd. 2.5 years later, he'd spot me in the crowd, and he would say, "You," and he'd make a little motion. And I would come up on stage, and I'd sing a song with him. And then after the show, he would make sure to come see me again. And we'd talk and talk and talk after the show, you know, about music and about film. And we'd form like a really amazing, beautiful friendship that eventually blossomed into a committed relationship. And I think that that's what would happen if I met Finn Wolfhard. So, speaking of seeing celebrities in public, another thing I was thinking about, if I saw Vinnie Hacker in person, like if he was looking dead in my eyes and was like asking for directions or something, there's absolutely no way that I would recognize him, even though I've like seen him everywhere. He's just like, he just has that face where I'm like, you could be any guy, and like I'm not latching on to anything. He was at my friend's university campus last year, and I was just thinking about how like he could have passed me by and I never would have known. On the flip side of this, if I were ever to see Germa in public, I would know before I even lock eyes with him. I would know as soon as he walks in the room, my spidey senses would tingle, and I'd say, he's here. I would know. I would know, and I would have to know because I'd have to plan my escape. That guy is my mortal enemy. I think he's like a good person. I really don't know anything about him because I avoid absolutely all information and visual contact with him at all costs because he scares me so bad. I'm so afraid of him, and he's just everywhere. He's everywhere. I'm setting boundaries for myself, and I actually can't handle that. Let me know which Yo Gabba Gabba character you had a crush on. And I'm giving you the chance right now to guess down below which one I had a crush on. It was the yellow robot. I feel like you could tell that by looking at me. He kind of gives me the same vibe as like the guy with the glasses from Pitch Perfect, the guy who raps. He was always my favorite too. There's like a dog, or like the blue thing was like a wolf, and then there's the green thing, which who knows what that is. And then the red one was kind of, I understand if you said the red one, but the yellow one was for me. And if you said the guy like the human, that's also valid. I miss those little guys. Why can't I call something like a little guy without it being like a gendered thing? Why is that like a male thing? Like I want to be like just like a little guy, but like not in like a guy way, in like a little guy, like the way you call like a little trinket. Look at this little guy, and it's like a plant or like a bug. Like that's not a boy. That's just a little guy. That's kind of how I feel sometimes. I feel like if a girl was like a little guy, but like still a girl, but like a little guy. So let me know. I think that's all I have to say for today. I'll cut myself off here. Told some embarrassing stories, exposed a celebrity crush, also exposed my mortal enemy. Finn Wolfhard, I don't like if somehow you're watching this. If you want to make that a reality, let me know. I'm open. I'm going to go now. So thanks for watching and listening. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.